Hello everyone. Unfortunately, there was a problem with GoToWebinar and it did not record our webinar, which was very annoying. So unfortunately, we do not have the Q&A at the end, but I will go through all the submitted questions. So let's start, and this is the first question. This product arrived at FBA, but is now on reserve and they're not sure why. You've asked Amazon for help and they have not gone back to you, and it's been like this since August the 13th. This was previously held up because there was a hazmat error, but now it's been moved around and you're not sure why. Now, unfortunately, there is no magic bullet with FBA. They will often reserve new stock when they're moving across the different fulfillment centers. And they don't tell you when they're doing that. They will just move it, which means you may be out of stock for a few days. Also, they don't receive any phone calls and are notoriously poor when replying to emails. Your best option is to plague customer support with phone calls, and when you call, ask to speak to an FBA specialist, as this is a matter that's negatively affecting your business. And still, if that doesn't help, then escalate the matter and ask to speak to a team leader. But pretty much, if they're not replying, ask to speak to a team leader and they will be able to help you out. Question 2. Do nutritional products seem to trigger special scrutiny such as hazmat? And if so, what is the best way around it? When a product is put under hazmat or delayed by FBA, it is normally due to a bot picking up something in your listing that needs to be investigated. These bots will pick up on phrases and keywords and will then flag your listing. Most of the time, it can be easily rectified by phoning Amazon and having them query the matter, but then this can take a few days or a week. Bear in mind, these bots will scan and block your page automatically, so Amazon staff will often are not even sure why this happened. So you have to be patient and it will take a few days to rectify the issue. Your best bet is to try and avoid as many keywords and phrases and any statements or claims that may be misleading. Do not include names of illnesses, diseases, or anything that can be deemed negative. And also, even if your listing is 100% compliant, it may still be flagged. It is often just bad luck. Last week I launched 3 products and one of them was blocked about something in the listing, not sure why, and even though I knew it was fine, I was still blocked. So often it can just be bad luck. Question 3. This person wants to use the friends and family giveaways whilst waiting for stock to be live. And they want to make a coupon code, but they don't want it to go viral. Now, I won't talk you through the whole process of making a coupon code. Your best bet would be to look at the ASM videos and watch it there. It's a very good video there that explains the whole process. But I want to point out there are 3 things you must check when setting your coupon codes. First of all, make sure you check where it says 1 redemption per customer. That way a customer can only buy it once. For claim code, set that to exclusive. That way the claim code can only be used on this product. And most importantly, set customized messaging to none. That way the code will not be displayed on your listing. Because if it's displayed on your listing, you will be wiped out of stock in a matter of hours. And once you set the coupon code up, then decide what you want to use, a coupon code or a one-time use coupon. Choose what's best for you. Question 4. Does Sun Essential require approval to give away a bonus that is in a category that requires approval if the actual purchased product itself is not in a category that requires approval? Now, in cases like this, you should be fine. It is unlikely that a customer will complain about a bonus and it should really boost your reviews, but just be careful. Make sure your customer receives the product they ordered first and not the bonus first, because if they receive the bonus first, then they're most likely going to complain to Amazon, and that can lead to further complications. So make sure that either they receive the products together or they receive the ordered product first. Question 5. This person set up their first product as co-mingled inventory, thinking it would be easier, as that way they would not need an F and SKU sticker. However, there is a shortfall there, as it's easy to be hijacked and they can be mixed with other products. So to disable it, go to Settings, Fulfilled by Amazon, Inventory Settings, and where it says Sticker List Co-mingled Inventory, click the Edit button, select Disable, and click Save. You should be able to change your current listings to the new non-commingled inventory. However, it's best to talk to Amazon and ask them to do it for you, because then it will be done properly from the first time. Question 6. In Amazon, what permissions can I give to my VA who does all the customer service? Okay, now my VA handles absolutely all my customer service. She replies to emails, sends out refunds, new products, pretty much does everything. So, but to set them up, what you first need to do is go to your Amazon Central account and click Settings and then User Permissions. There you will need to enter in your VA's email address and send them the invite. Next, you will need to confirm and use a confirmation code that will be given to you. After you've done that, you now need to edit their permissions. And as I said, my VA handles all my customer service. So if you want your VA to handle just customer service, then just click on the following settings. For each arrow over there, check that for your VA. Question 7. Do you know how to set the setting on Amazon Seller Central accounts so that our FBA inventory gets sent to one warehouse as opposed to multiple? Often it's easier and cheaper to send your stock to one warehouse as opposed to several. If you want to do that, just click that link and then you'll go to a new screen where you have a choice. The default setting is when you send the stock to multiple warehouses, or you can check the inventory placement service. That means you'll send all your stock to one warehouse. However, you will be charged at least 30 cents extra per unit to use the service. But even then, decide what's cheaper, multiple warehouses or just one. Question 8. This is about the bestseller badge. You will often notice that the product that has the bestseller badge may not be the best-selling product in that category or node. That's because the bestseller badge can be pretty elusive, and it depends a lot on the node and the category. In certain nodes, you can obtain the bestseller badge in a matter of hours or a day, but in other nodes, it may take a number of days or weeks. But if you are the best-selling product, after a few weeks you will get the badge, but it may be delayed depending on the category. Question 9. This person has two products, A and B, and they're great because they complement one another. So you want to offer a discount to everyone that buys A for product B. How can you communicate this to your customers? First of all, if you are using an Amazon email system, such as ActiveLoop or Feedback Genius or wherever, then I would let your customers know about product A or B and tell them that you are offering a thank you bonus to all of your existing customers, and they can obtain the code by replying to your email. That's very important, because if you include the coupon code in the email, Amazon may not like that. Occasionally Amazon say you are not allowed to have coupon codes in there. Some say you do, some say you don't. There's no direct rule, and it's pretty much a gray area. So what I do is I always ask my customers to reply if they want the coupon code. If they do, then I send in the coupon code. And then if Amazon ever complains, you can just say you are offering 5-star customer service, and then Amazon will be fine with that. However, if you have the customer's personal email address obtained through an opt-in or managed by Stats, then you can simply email them the discount code directly. Question 10. In last month's webinar, I mentioned that you can get yourself added to the insurance from your supplier. What documents will they provide? Now, this is dependent solely on your supplier. Not all suppliers offer the service, some do, some don't, but you would need to talk to a supplier and ask them what they offer. Talk to them and see what's the best way forward. And like I said, it's different for every supplier. Some offer it, some don't. Question 11. This is about Amazon's ad campaigns. Do the keywords or key phrases in a campaign need to relate to each other, or does it only look within the individual ad groups? Now, first of all, you don't need to worry about that. Amazon ads depend on a number of factors. Most importantly, keyword relevancy. Does the keyword or the phrase, does it appear in your search terms, in your title, in your bullet points? And have customers bought your product using that keyword? And what is your bid and your daily spend? If you're not getting traffic, you're going to have to bid higher to get a lot more to get a lot more impressions. And also, even if your keywords are not relevant, it will not matter. For example, you might have the word spatula and boat as keywords in one campaign. It won't make a difference. If your product is relevant for those keywords, then you're fine. And personally, what I do, as soon as I have a good, well-performing keyword, I remove it from my campaigns and give it its own unique campaign. So it'll be one campaign, one ad group consisting of one keyword. That's what I do, because valuable keywords I like to monitor more closely, so I'll put them in their own campaign. Question 11. Is there any way to increase your oversized storage limit? It can be increased by clicking on that hyperlink, and it will take you to the page where you can read more about it. And it tells you there that in order to be granted a storage limit increase, you have to sell 8% more every week over 9 weeks. And if you do not qualify the criteria, then the way around it is by adding more products. As soon as you add more products, your storage size will increase. So maybe consider adding more products, but make them dummy products. Maybe just add new products, and these new products can simply be placeholders so you increase your storage size. Question 13. This person, they want to apply to health and personal care to be ungated. However, their defect percentage is over 1%, and hence they will not be granted access to health and personal care. But their new product is about to be live. Can they right now launch it in a separate category and then move it over once their defect rate improves? Absolutely, you can do that. You can list it in a different category and then change it back to health and personal care once you are approved. However, it's not a very good long-term strategy, because Amazon will eventually catch on and see that you win the wrong category. And if they see that you win the wrong category and you are not, and you do not have approval for health and personal care, what they will do then is they may then block the listing until you are ungated. So it's best to do this, but It's not a very good long-term strategy, but if you know you will get access, you'll be ungated soon enough, then it's fine for now. Question 14. How do you check your inventory levels? Basically, all you need to do is log into Amazon account and click on reports and then click on fulfilled by Amazon. You will see a screen pop up, and on the left side will be all the reports about your inventory. It has the reserved inventory, the Amazon fulfilled inventory, daily inventory, and so on and so forth. And it's a good idea to read through those reports so you know exactly where your stock is and how much you have left. Question 15. How do you combine two listings together without losing rankings and reviews? In order to combine two listings, you will need to set up a parent-child listing. You must decide which product will be the parent, as you will retain the reviews from the parent and you will lose the reviews from the child. That's very important. Decide which one is the parent, which is the child, and the parent will keep the reviews and the child will lose the reviews. In some cases, you can combine all your reviews, but that's a very unique case, and you would have to ask a feed specialist for more advice on that. Now, in order to set up a parent-child listing, you need to use an inventory file template. But this is quite a bit of work because this is a spreadsheet that consists of hundreds of columns and rows, and it can be quite daunting. So I recommend you contact Amazon support and ask them to do it for you. Have them talk you through it, and you must ask to speak to a feed specialist, and they can do it for you over the phone. But be prepared, it's about a 45 minutes phone call because there's a lot to do. But once you learn that, it's a great skill to have. Question 16. What are the steps to safely create a second Seller Central account? Can I create a second Seller Central account without having a second company? As I always say, if you're going to open up a second seller account, it needs to be set up on an entirely separate business entity. That means there can be no commonalities with your current account. So that means you must use completely different contact details, a different address, a different bank account, and a different company. If everything is different, then you are fine. Then you can go in and open up a second account. You must just decide if you want to tell Amazon about it or not. It's up to you. Some people believe it's best to tell Amazon, some people don't. It's your choice. Bear in mind, some people don't tell Amazon about the second account because if you tell Amazon, then they know you have two accounts. And if they ban one account, they will ban both accounts because they don't like you as a seller, so they ban both accounts. But if Amazon don't know about the second account, then you should be fine. In that case, consider using a VPS or VPN to mask your IP address. Okay, question 17. This is about applying to be ungated. First of all, it's becoming a lot more difficult to be ungated. I remember a year ago, I would apply to be ungated and I would get it on the first attempt. Now it takes 5 or 6 attempts to actually be ungated. And starting off, you will need 3 invoices, and the dates can be close together, that's fine. And I normally say each order with at least 50 units. The reason being is that if you apply to be ungated and you only have 10 units on each order, on each invoice, then you kind of say to Amazon, look at me, I'm very small time and I won't give you much business. And because of that, they might not even give you much attention and just deny your list and just deny your application. So I always say at least 50 units on each invoice. And Amazon may accept the Chinese invoices. It all depends who examines your case. But try to make the invoices look as official as possible. And Amazon may require other documentation such as FDA registration and an MSDS certificate. All that stuff is held by a supplier, so please get that before you apply to make the process that much simpler. Question 18. Is there a tool that can plug into Aweber so that it will send out a different one-time use coupon code to all your customers? I fully agree, that would make marketing funnels a lot easier. Unfortunately, I do not know of a tool that can do that, but I know it is possible, as I know a number of sellers that they are already doing it. The only reason I have not done it is because my VA does this for me automatically. So I recommend contacting a developer through Odesk or Upwork to set this up for you. It should be a relatively easy task for them. Question 19. How do we set up the gift wrap option and subscribe and save? Pretty much you can't. The gift wrap option can only be set up by your customer. When they make the purchase, they will have the option to gift wrap the product. And subscribe and save is only for products that are sold by Amazon and not for third-party sellers such as ourselves. Subscribe and save is only for vendors, not third-party sellers as us. Question 20. This is quite a tough one, because in this case, Amazon deleted the parent of a parent-child relationship, and now they made a new ASIN for the parent. The problem is that because now you have a new ASIN, the link between the US and the UK is no longer applicable. Now, it's very difficult to obtain an old ASIN that's already been deleted. In most cases you can't, but I have known of a few unique cases where they were able to obtain the old ASIN. You would have to speak to Amazon and ask them for their opinion. And also, now that there's a new ASIN for your US product, the reviews will not show on your UK listing. So you may then need to actually delete your current ASIN in the UK and then make a new ASIN to pair up with the .com listing. I recommend to phone a feed specialist on both the US and the UK side, and actually speak to 3 or 4 people, get a number of opinions, and see what's the best way forward. Question 21. Amazon are no longer accepting my video reviews. Are Amazon dropping video reviews? Right now, Amazon are making a number of changes to the whole review process. And right now, it's difficult to say because a number of processes, a number of things are in limbo right now, and we're not sure what's going to happen. I do know that a number of video reviews are not being accepted, some are, some aren't. It's very random. But right now, there's not much we can do. We simply have to wait and see how the new review terms of service will change and how they will affect reviews. So for now, unfortunately, that's the best answer I can give you. Just wait and see what happens. Okay, now, the question here is that when this person types in to search for their product, they see the grid view. Now, occasionally you will see the grid view or the list view. This is simply Amazon running their split testing. They want to see how people shop, so they're always running split testing to see what's the best way. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's no way you can change this. It's all just Amazon doing their split testing. But bear in mind, everyone will view it differently. So maybe on your side it comes up in the grid view, but maybe for everyone else it may be the list view. My best advice is to ask your friends to search for your product and ask them what they saw, grid or list view. Okay, now what I want to talk about is the new review terms of service. There were quite a few questions about this, and I'm sure everyone's heard that Amazon just updated the terms of service, And look at that extract, especially where I've highlighted, where it says, you may not intentionally manipulate your product's rankings, including by offering an excessive number of free or discounted products in exchange for a review. Amazon have also emailed their top reviewers stating that the new rules will be enforced and reviewers and sellers will be severely punished if they manipulate the review system. But these new rules, they are very, very vague. For example, what does excessive mean? Excessive could mean 10 units, 50 units, 500 units. We simply don't know what they mean by that. And as these reviews were introduced a few days ago, we are not sure how Amazon will enforce them. We're not sure what Amazon will do. So it's best to wait out and see what happens. And also, it was only a matter of time before Amazon started changing their terms of service. Remember, Amazon loves their reviews and they do not like the fact that they are now being manipulated. So my advice, as this is a relatively new rule, it's best to be cautious and be careful when using reviews sites or clubs. Avoid services that give away large amounts of stock in exchange for reviews, because you must try aim now to stay under the radar by only giving out a small number of products. By giving out a large amount, will flag your listing to Amazon and they will then investigate. So rather try only give away a small number of products so it's not excessive. Hold off on any large promotions until we see what the effect is from these new rules. We're not sure what Amazon will do, so it's a good idea to hold off on any aggressive promotions until we know exactly what Amazon are going to do. Also, make sure you minimize your footprint. If you are going to use a review club, don't use only one review club. Use several. That way, the source of reviews, the source of buyers is scattered and not just from one area, from one site. And most importantly, learn how to drive external traffic to your listing. If Amazon are serious about these new changes, then all the third-party review sites will no longer be viable, and we will have to rely on external traffic. I think this is a good thing, I really do, because in ASM 1, there were no review sites, there were no third-party tools, there was nothing to help us. And because of that, we had to learn how to drive external traffic to a listing. And also, there are a whole bunch of sellers that they rely all their marketing based on services such as Zone Blast, review sites, and all those type of things. And now, guess what? Now that Amazon are saying that's no longer allowed, a lot of these sellers would not know how to promote and how to launch products. And if they do use the sites, they may get banned. And that's a great thing for you and I, because if people are lost and confused, that means they will probably give up and leave Amazon, and that means there's more space for you and myself. So I know this may seem a bit harsh, but in the long run, this will weed out all the sellers that are looking for shortcuts.